Yes, it's a thankless job, but let's move straight to the next conversation. The good news resonated with the people of Kogi State now is the coming of an airport. The Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development has approved the bid by the state government to build an international airport in Zariagi community. The State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fowler, acknowledged the approval that was conveyed in a letter from the ministry. The Commissioner stressed that the administration of Governor Usman Ododo is committed to the timely completion of the project. He added that an airport in the state would serve 10 other states and reduce traffic on the LOKOJA Abuja Road, as well as decongest traffic at the international airport in Abuja. All right, Biko, I'll start with you here. What is the significance of building an airport in Kogi State? I need your thoughts on that.
You know, when I had that exclusive interview with the governor, he told me that building an airport was his priority. Today, there are two big cement companies in Kogi, one in Iluagba, that is a community close to Dino Milai's hometown of Raito Rubede, where Joseph Olubio, our own Joseph Olubio, my executive assistant, wedded yesterday. And there is another one, the biggest in this part of the world, owned by Dangote in Obajana community. Obajana community is outside the LOKOJA, the state capital, and is part of LOKOJA local government. Now, with the coming of these two big companies, you see business, generally the economy of Kogi has experienced a tremendous boost. But what the governor thinks is, like, Kogi is surrounded. Kogi shares boundaries with 10 states when you add the FCT. Some of these communities is just like Lagos now. Lagos wants an airport in the Lekki area. That will serve people living in Ekpe, the Lekki area and all of those places. They don't need to land at Ikeja, because they will then start a journey. And if they are caught up in traffic, they will then be arguing, talking about the fact that Abuja is about 10 hours by road. It took them 1 hour or 55 minutes to get to Lagos from Abuja. But moving from the airport, from Ikeja airport to Lekki or to Ekpe, has taken them 2-3 hours. So the governor thinks that some of these neighboring states, including Benue, even Anambra, Enugu, all of these states share boundary with Kogi State. So for people going to their respective communities in the hinterland, you don't have to land in Abuja. If you land in Kogi, you then begin to move from the airport in Kogi State to your community. So people of Kogi East, for example, will benefit a lot. Because traveling all the way from Abuja, the travel time is tremendous. But if you have an airport close to your community, is a major boost. This was one of the reasons many people thought that the airport in Ekiti will help, especially parents coming to see their children at their universities like Afebola University, for example. They were thinking that a lot of the people flying into Ekiti will be students Afeola University, because the airport is even located along the way to their school. When you look at the condition of airports in our country, a good number of those airports are not viable. But states that are strong in agriculture, if they have a very good plan, those cargo airports can then be the airports from where they can export produce. Okay. I've talked in the past about airports in Ethiopia, located in very rural areas of Ethiopia. They call them Aeropolis. From those airports, directly from those airports, they are exporting flowers. Ethiopia is one of the biggest producers of flowers in the world. Okay. They are producing fresh flowers and sending them to Europe and America from those rural communities that are big flower production belts of their country, producing tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, and exporting them from those airports, those cargo airports located in the rural communities. If our governors would take agriculture seriously and create what the Ethiopians have used successfully, that will help us to boost our economy. Look at a country like Kenya. The bulk of their foreign exchange is from tea. They grow tea a lot. We are also capable of growing tea in Nigeria and the Mambila area, but what have we done with our opportunity? So I am not thinking that Kogi will make so much money from passenger traffic. I think that they should be looking at
agro-cargo,
exporting, exporting agro-cargo from this cargo airport that they are building. That is the difference maker. That is where the money will come from, not really from passenger traffic.
All right, TK, many states in Nigeria now want to have airports. Now, they've talked about that of Kogi State, and also because it borders 10 states. But what is the economic advantage for state governors who I just want to have an airport? What is the economic advantage of having an airport in this state?
Let me first and foremost congratulate the people of Kogi State.
Yes.
And it's good that you asked BK, who is the son of Kogi State,
to give
us, to analyze for us the benefits of such an airport, which he has done. But I have my total reservation about every state wanting to build an airport. Because, to me, it's a total misplacement of priority. The cost of building an airport is very enormous. The federal government, through the FAN and the SCAA and some other agencies, recently came up with a report that there are only, out of about 18 or 22 airports that we have, that only 3 are viable. Lagos, Abuja, I think Port Harcourt, or Canada, I don't know if you're, but every other one, they are not viable. That is one. 2, I've known so many governors that also want to believe that, oh, there is need for us to have a port. And let me give a classical example. About two years ago, the Ebonyi State governor, current Minister of Works, built what he called one of the biggest airports in Abakaliki in Ebonyi State. It was heralded with a lot of fanfare and the rest of them. Go and check out today whether any plane is flying to that state, which billions and billions of naira that went. The governor of Ekiti State, former governor, sorry, what's his name? Fayemi. In the tweet end of his leaving office, whether I would say was deceive Nigerians or deceive Ekiti people, and got a chopper to land in Ekiti, and told us that an airport was built. Go there and check today whether that airport is. You are talking of Kogi. Every state, practically all the states surrounding Kogi, have one airport. In those states, there's an airport in Akure. How well is this being utilized? In Benue, there's an airport in Benue. Especially they might use that. I think the Air Force this thing. In Anambra State, there's an airport in Anambra State that is Aguleri or area. So what I'm saying in essence is that, for me, that shouldn't be a priority. But the governor knows better. He knows his terrain, and just like BKO said, for goodness sake, when you are building an airport, what is essence? the agro we are talking about, is it the same agriculture that, as of now, due to insecurity, people are not going to the farm? If you get what I'm saying, a one-way ticket in Nigeria now, one-way ticket, 1 hour ticket is going to about 200,000 naira. How many people can afford it? So, but as I said, I wish people of Kogi State, even the one in my state of Imo, that you say that is a bit, was built by our people. You will see that as far as once it's about 5, 6 p.m., that airport closes. There are some airports in Nigeria that have only one flight each day, or even one in every 2 days or 3 days. So I thought, and I believe that money can be put into areas that can be of more benefits to the people. If we invest seriously on agriculture, part of the problem we're having currently now is hunger. I know Kogi very well. I know that Kogi is built up by so many. I know that they have the potential. In terms of mineral resources, there is no state in Nigeria that has the mineral resources that Kogi State have. But how we have explored, there is the Jakuta still. That if we have fully dealt with that issue today, Nigeria would have been a very giant in industrialization. But today, it still come out with so. That's my personal opinion. Okay. As I said, it is for the governor of Kogi State. He knows what is good for his people. Okay. But if you ask me, I don't think that the way of airport, because taking into consideration the other ones that we've had seen around, nothing viable.
What are your thoughts here? Out of 22, they said just 3. But the advantage here in Kogi State, it borders 10 states, and because of that, they need to situate it there. But the economic advantage here of having an airport in the state, your thoughts here?
What is already a final decision by the state government, and I'm sure the governor is an accountant. I don't think he will be one of those that will just wake up. You know, accountants always... I think when you see the way an accountant thinks and behaves, you know that their training always, impacts whatever they do. So I want to take it from that angle. Kogi will benefit heavily from it. The aspect of commercial viability that he's talking about, they should think, in that direction too, because virtually all the states that have done, gone this route in the past, they also said the same thing to make a case of what they plan to do. If you go to Jigawa today, during Sule Lamido, the airport was fine, but today you can't fly there. The airport is moribund. You have to land the Kano and transport yourself. I was in Kano recently. I went to Jigawa recently. I needed to land in Kano because the airport here is. So who are the operators? Who are the airlines flying to Jigawa? So not only Jigawa, I've just mentioned that there are many, many other ones, and virtually every state government in Nigeria want to do it. Believe me, it's not a bad thing to build an airport. People should have that. But we should consider this giant infrastructure within the level of our development aspiration. Okay. There are so many other things competing for attention, and the limited resources, we have to put all these factors together, because when you build the airport, that's just the stage 1. Okay. Stage 2 is commercial viability. If it is not commercially viable, we've been saying this for a very long time. Okay. I see many of the airlines, you see the state government, we have to say, okay, let's go into a deal. Fly once daily or 2 times daily, or something. That don't bother. Whatever the spaces, unoccupied in your flight, the state government will pay. They come up with all sorts of, but these things really work. I've not seen one.
Just a second, to round up on this. As I said, it's not if you be able to do your research very well. There's a state that is doing well in aviation, more than federal. You know the state? Akwa State. That's the Bomber. And we've seen how we started with Governor Udom. Yes. And he handed over to the current governor, Eno. And they are doing very well. They added so many planes to their district.
Some states are copying that now.
So what I'm saying is that if you think you have the roadmap and you have the wherewithal and you'll be able to achieve it, fine. But as I repeat, is that a priority?
Okay. All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation. One of Nigeria's